Hey, what's up my people? Jeremy here with another episode of Next Level Students, and I'm here with my people at Luella High School. Y'all make some noise. Yeah. Hey, we about to end this school year strong. We gonna get right to it. Our first question is coming from my man Ray. Y'all show Ray some love. All right, man, talk to me. What's your question?
How do you know if you're ready for the world and don't feel prepared?
How do you know if you're ready for the world? Hey, I ain't gonna front. When I was a senior, I don't even know if I was all the way prepared for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, you know my story. Like, I went to 3 different schools for the 9th grade. You know what I'm saying? So I was at Oakwood, Johnson, then Huntsville High. So I struggled. So when I came to my senior year, it was like, okay, I'm great. I'm about to graduate, and I knew I'm about to go ahead and do college. But I don't know if I was fully really prepared either. It's one of those things where you take it in strides. The good thing for you is you got the summertime. So you got a few months off. So I need you keeping your brain stimulated. So I know you're gonna have you a job. I know you probably gonna kick it, you know what I'm saying? But I also need you reading books, you know what I'm saying? I need you seeing what Thurgood Marshall had to say back in the day. Keep your brain sharp and then start beginning to study different career fields. Like, do you know what you wanna do when you go to college?
Nurse.
Oh yeah, bro, you finna make some good money. You're gonna have a job forever. Folk always getting sick, you know what I'm saying? So what you wanna do now is you wanna start shadowing some different nurses, going to some different hospitals, seeing what that industry looks like, and then start getting prepared. Take it a day at a time, you know what I'm saying?
I remember one time I was in a car accident, so when I was in hospital, I realized, hey, this is what I want to do, this is what I want my career to be. Yeah. So I learned a lot when I was in the hospital.
So let's unpack that. Was it because you saw how they gave you health care?
Yes.
And so you felt something.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you could have died.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they loved you back and they took care of you. So now you want to be able to give that same impact. Let me tell you something, bro. Your heart's so good. And we need more people like you, because a lot of folk out here, they chasing that money. For real, like, they ain't going into a field because they want to make an impact. They going into a field, you know what I'm saying, because they're trying to make that money. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm all about financial wealth and us having something we can give to our children's children. But at the same time, I think your heart's in the right place. So with that being said, I think you're ready for the world.
Yeah, if you work hard, you play hard.
Yeah, no, I play hard. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie, I play hard. But watch this, I think you're ready for the world because your heart is in the right place. You know what I'm saying? If you was chasing some other stuff, I'd be like, okay, you need to grow up. But you want some, nope, they made an impact, they saved my life, I wanna have an impact in the lives of other people. And I think if you keep your heart pure and true like that, I'll see you at the top. Good question. Y'all make some noise for my man Ray. Yeah. Hey, that was a great question from my man Ray. Next question coming from Jayla. Make some noise for Jayla. Hey.
My name is Jayla and I'm a freshman at Luella High School. So my question was, why did you start doing drugs and how did you overcome doing drugs?
You know, that's good. A lot of times people ask me like, yo, how did you break, you know, the drug and alcohol addiction? But nobody ever asks, how did I start doing it? Here's the reality. When I was young, I was like that poster child. I'm never gonna smoke, I'm never gonna drink. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, I'm gonna keep my body pure. You know what I'm saying? And then one compromise after another. You know what I'm saying? It first started with the Black and Mild, then the cigarette, then the blunt, you know what I'm saying? It started with the little juice, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't know what was in there, then the wine coolers. Next thing I know, it's a 5th of hen, and we sip and serve, and promethazine and codeine, you know what I'm saying? Like, it started small. So I always tell students, be cautious of those small, you know what I'm saying, decisions that you make. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes that one thing, you say, okay, just this one time, it leads to another time and another time. So I just tell students, like, make a declaration that says, I'm not gonna fool with this. Make a declaration that says, I'm not gonna touch this. Make a declaration that says, I'm not gonna find myself subject to dealing with this. Because it always starts off small, you know what I'm saying? And then we get caught up and it grows bigger and bigger and bigger. Like, cancer starts off as a real small cancer cell and then it grows and develops. I have a friend of mine that just had a tumor removed from her abdomen area. She got so big that her husband thought that she was pregnant. It was a tumor the size of a small watermelon. And here's the crazy thing, like, he sent me a picture of it after the surgery. It started off as just a few cells and it grew over time and it got bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's how it is with addiction. We start and make that one compromise. And we make that one small compromise, and next thing we know, we literally out here on the street corner asking people for change. And I be asking these bums, I ask these guys that are homeless, man, how you get here? Like, nobody grows up and says, when I grow up, I'm gonna be a crackhead. Like, nobody says that. They struggling with some stuff. And they always say, man, I remember the first time I took a hit of this, the first time I took a sip of this, and they weren't able to manage it and control it. So I tell people to run away from that and run towards their destiny, okay? Now, your second part of your question was, how did I overcome it? I had to make my mind up. Straight up, I'm like, yo, I want better for myself. And every single day, I couldn't say, I'm never gonna do it again. I drive myself crazy. I said today, October 17th, 2009, today, I won't do drugs. Today, I won't do alcohol. Today, I won't pop pills. Today, I can't tell you about tomorrow, but today, I declare that I'm gonna live my body and I'm gonna live my life, and it's gonna be pure and it's gonna be strong. I declare today that I'm gonna be positive. So I took it a day at a time, and then days turned to weeks, then months and years, and I'm probably going 10 years strong. And you can do the same thing, all right? Make me proud, girl. Great question from Jayla. Our next question comes from my man, Jacob. Make some noise for Jacob. How you doing, my man? Talk to me.
Good. How were you able to remove yourself from the toxic environment?
Yeah, so how was I able to remove myself from a toxic environment? I'll tell you this, Jacob. That was probably one of the hardest decisions I had to make, because I had a lot of friends I wanted to kick it with. You know what I'm saying? But I knew if I showed up at the studio or if I showed up at some of their houses, I knew what was going down. So I wanted to say yes to them, but I also wanted to say yes to my future. So I had to say no, but I wasn't saying no necessarily to them. I was more so like saying no, you know what I'm saying, to that stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I was saying yes to my future. So I had to separate myself from some people. And I also had to make a decision. Because I could say, hey, I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? No more cars, I ain't selling no more dope, I'm not gonna be, you know what I'm saying, taking from people, no more drugs and alcohol. But if I do that, but I still surround myself in that environment, it's hard to stay strong. So I had to separate myself. So that was probably one of the hardest things I ever had to do, was to say no to my friends, my people, my partners, the people I grew up with, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't say no to them. I more said yes to my destiny. I said yes to my future. And to this day, we still all friends. We still all get along. We don't kick it as much as we want to, because we in different states and we go in different places. But now they see. It's proof. They see now, yo, I see why he had to separate himself. I see why he had to make the decision. So it was hard, but I had to say no to them to say yes to my wife, to say yes to my daughter. And the problem I find with a lot of young people today is you're not always thinking about the future. Let's be honest, you're thinking about right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to kick it right now. You want to have fun right now. And I ain't mad at you, you know what I'm saying? But if you were not intentional about being a success, you'll accidentally become a failure. So what we got to start doing now is we got to be cautious now. Okay, who am I surrounding myself with? Okay, where am I going in life? Okay, where are they taking me? Like, is this the crowd I'm trying to grow with for the rest of my life? And if the answer is no, then we have to have some serious conversations with ourselves and say, okay, maybe I don't kick it there. Maybe I cut back on that time, and maybe I put more time into me and what I want to do in my life. So my advice to you and every other person watching is be cautious of who you surround yourself with. What do they say? You show me your 5 closest friends, and I'll show you what your future looks like. Let me tell you something. Out of the 5 people that influenced my life the most, 2 of them are millionaires. You know what I'm saying? So I'm coming, you feel me? And so I want you all to be cautious of who you surround yourself with. And if you do that, I'll see you at the top. Appreciate the question, Jacob. Hey, look, y'all, that wraps up this episode of Next Level Students with my friends here at Luella High School. Join me next week for another episode of Next Level Students. Hey, what's up? I hope you enjoyed today's video, and check this out. You gotta subscribe, because I've got so many more videos in store for you. And when they come out, I want them to come directly to you. So click subscribe, and let's keep building together.